Um, you know, another opportunity to try to learn and grow in areas that we need to get better in. I think that our team has to do a better job of trusting us as coaches, that we're trying to put them in the right position to be successful. And so the things that we're working on within our practices, they have to be intentional about coming out and being able to execute that. I don't think we did a very good job of that today. Our sense of urgency to understand that the season is now here and we have to be intentional about getting better in specific areas, particularly defense and our pace on offense. But, that's the way it is. Thank God that we had 2 freebies, and so hopefully we can take some lessons from film and get better over the next 6 days.
Start with questions, Gabriella.
I want to just ask about Tiffany Hayes, first time her not being on the Dream, being here. What was it like, coaching against her at this point, and what this kind of means for the team?
Yeah, I mean, that has no bearings on what we're doing. Tiffany is now with the Connecticut Sun. I thought she had a great showing today. She looks very healthy and able to play, but that really has no bearing. We're not thinking about this or that or Tiffany. We're focused on the players that we have here. But Tiff was a huge cornerstone to this organization, so we'll always have love for Tiff. But when we're in between those lines, it is what it is. You know what I mean? She's an opponent now, and we have to show up prepared for that.
Yeah, I want to ask about those fourth quarters as well, both in the last game and this one. Seems like the intensity has just been ramped up in those fourth quarters.
Yeah.
What is that a function of? Is that, kind of finally getting the chemistry right?
If you figure it out, let me know, because maybe I can start that way. You know what I mean? Maybe they can start that way. I think it's just more of just us just continuing to stay on them about, different things that we're seeing. But, and there's an embarrassment factor when you're playing too and you're getting your ass kicked. You know what I mean? Nobody wants to continue to get their behind kicked the whole game, and at some point you got to say enough is enough. So maybe that's a part of it. I don't know.
Coach, what's the status of Mo?
Say again?
What's the status of Mo? She didn't dress out today.
Mo tweaked her ankle. She's working on everything that she needs to work on to be able to get back. And so we'll take it from there whenever she returns.
What are some of the positives that you've taken from this preseason?
I think we did a great job of getting to the free throw line, particularly this game. I thought that was good. And I think that they're just continuing to learn, trying to learn each other, you know what I mean, and see areas where they can sort of scrape out a niche, you know what I mean? So that's been cool. That's been cool to see.
I have a question for Haley and Ari. How's it for you guys kind of trying to learn how to work together in the backcourt with D-Rob as well so far this season?
It's been good. I mean, I think it's fine. Haley, myself, and D-Rob, we talk about whoever gets it, the other person just go, and just vice versa. So, I mean, it's been pretty easy.
Yeah, I think it's been really fun to play with a vet point guard like D-Rob, who just knows how the game works. So getting to learn from her and then also getting to learn from Ari. I think that we all kind of bring different looks when we're at the point guard spot. So it's really fun to get to learn from them and play off them and all play to our strengths.
And then question for Haley, 2 games into your pro career, what has been the biggest adjustment for you? Whether that's scheme or pace of play related?
I think Coach T will say pace. Yeah, I think it's the pace. It's learning to play with a different level of intensity and urgency the entire time. I think in my college career, I was used to kind of playing at a pace that I could sustain for 40 minutes, but that's not how it works here. So it's getting in and giving all that I have, and I'm still learning how to do that. And then I think just defensively, just applying more pressure. Yeah, Coach D.
That's a me thing, Haley. That's not necessarily all the teams in the WNBA, but it's definitely a me thing. No, I think you hit it spot on pace, and being able to play at a high pace. For even if it's short bursts, 2-3 minutes, you know what I mean? Okay, get you out, get you back in. And then defensively, I think also trusting yourself defensively. Like, she has to do a better job of trusting what she can do on the defensive end and understand that we as coaches will know limitations and different things like that, and we'll always put you in a situation to be successful.
Yeah, because sort of on that note, what you hear a lot is like playing with pace and purpose. So like today, only 2 transition points,
Yeah.
16 turnovers. So just could you speak on that and how you can adjust from there going forward to the regular season?
Yeah, I can't do anything about their pace, right? Their pace is, they control that. You know what I mean? They control pushing the ball in the transition side as well as in the half court in terms of doing actions with pace, not walking through anything. And we just didn't do a great job of that today. And it could be, part of it could have been Connecticut's physicality against us, just mucking stuff up, being in the lanes, different things like that. So that slowed us down a lot. So they have control over that, and that's something that they have to fix, not me. As far as the turnovers, it's going to happen because we have so many new pieces that we're trying to put in. And so I'm okay with some of the turnovers that we made. We had 16 turnovers. Our goal was 15 or less. So that's not as big of an issue to me right now, because I think that we'll fix that once they continue to learn each other and get more comfortable with each other.
And one positive I've noticed from preseason so far is Leah Brown's comfortability. Like even like last game, there's a moment on that backdoor cut and like semi-transition. Could you just speak on her comfortability so far, as well as her passing ability?
It seems like her and Haley have a really good connection on those back doors, because most of those back doors happen when Haley has the ball. And so I think they all have really good high IQ, right? They both have really good high IQ, and so they just a look, and there's a comfort level between them. But all rookies, it's going to take time to get comfortable. So with the rookies, you understand that that's just part of it. You know what I mean? And so you got to have some patience with that.
I have a question about the rotation. Cheyenne, she led the team in minutes today with nearly 27, but Ryan played less than 10 minutes. Was there any like particular reasoning behind that? Both of them coming back last week.
Other than the fact that I just didn't want to play Ryan that many minutes, and I wanted to play CP that many minutes. No.
Thanks, Coach.
You're welcome.
We have a couple questions on Zoom. Let's go to Joshua Welch first. Go ahead, Josh.
Hey, first question for Ari. I wasn't able to watch the game, unfortunately, but great stat line, 11 points, 3 assists, 2 steals, 0 turnovers. What was working for you today?
I would say staying within myself and also pushing myself. I know Coach has been challenging me a lot, so I've just been thinking about that and just trying to just own my role and just push pace and just be a better point guard and just always, getting better every day.
She got a shot blocked like 3 times. Did you ask her about that?
It's okay, I got one too.
She got a shot blocked like 3 times. Did you ask her about that? Those are turnovers. They don't show up on.
That's fair.
They are. They don't show up on the turnover list, but they're turnovers. Sorry, go ahead.
But Haley, sorry to put you on the spot, but have you brought up the 2021 national championship with Ari at all?
That's crazy.
That's
crazy.
Not a word. Not a word. It happened in the past. We're focused on this season and what we can do this year with the dream. Thank you. Stanford answer.
Yeah, 100%.
All right, last question. We'll go to Tiffany Williams on Zoom. Go ahead.
Hey, Tiffany Williams from Atlanta Sports Journal. Coach, you mentioned the trust between the players and the coaches.
Yeah.
Can you just elaborate on the chemistry between the coaches and the players?
No, I don't think it's necessarily chemistry, because listen, we have great players, right? Like we don't have any players in our organization that we don't genuinely like as people. Like, so that's not an issue for us. It's more like, I think, just trusting that what we're saying is the right thing, and if it's not the right thing, then we'll make it the right thing. And so I think so far, like, it's just I don't know, maybe like a nervousness, playing with a nervousness that's not allowing them to execute what we're asking them to execute at a high level. And our expectations here are really high, which Ari can attest to. And so, like, we're constantly just going to be on it, and they just have to trust that we're going to put them in position to be successful. Nothing we do is ever going to be to make them look bad or anything like that. We'll always put them in position to be successful. They just have to go out, trust that what we're telling them is right, and then go execute it.
Awesome. Thank you all. Thanks everybody.
Thank
Yep.
you.